Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem, and thank you to the previous representative. We didn't speak before this, but you kind of teed it off for me because I put in my notes last night, how do we break the cycle of abuse? And that's what I was thinking about last night on my way home from the Capitol, and what I was thinking about as I was leaving the restaurant celebrating my birthday with my children. And they were like, "Mom, why are you so quiet? Have we done something?" And I was like, "No, you haven't." Because I am breaking the cycle for my children, and I'm so proud of myself for breaking that cycle for them. And I was wondering on my drive home why we can't break the cycle for the children of Colorado, and I think that that's why I lose so much sleep, because the children of Colorado will continue to be victims of policies made here under the Golden Dome, victims of a new type of conversion therapy, a type of conversion therapy defined by teachers in schools, some types of counselors, art clubs, and legislators. This bill defines sexual orientation or gender identity change efforts as inherently harmful exposures and then builds a special low limitation cause of action around them. It doesn't go both ways, because I asked the sponsors that yesterday, and instead of giving me a response, I just got a head shake. I've brought forward the research that other countries have seen and have subsequently banned. Doctors, American Society of Plastic Surgeons who are doing these harmful surgeries on children have banned. I have brought a study that had 96 million participants that said people that undergo these surgeries have a 19-time increased risk of suicide. And too many countries to even announce right now have said that children deserve psychological treatment, not abuse. They deserve informed consent, not harmful rhetoric pushed by medical societies that have a price tag on their heads. Money to groom these children into a life of mutilation and sterility means much more to them than actually making sure these children have informed consent to make a clear, conscious decision, and it disgusts me every single day to be a part of that society. I was told the lies throughout my childhood. I was told I would never be good enough, I would never measure up, and then an amazing teacher named Mr. Cathcart, who I would later find out was a gay liberal man, saved me from myself. He came to my wedding. He told me the truth. He told me the world would be devastated to lose someone like me. That the world needed my voice, that I was perfectly made in the eyes of the beholder. I didn't know his politics. I didn't know his sexual orientation. I just knew that he adored me and defended me from the lies being sold to me. In Colorado, I think he would probably be seen as a bigot. He would be stripped of his religious freedom to tell me truth and light. I listen to a song every day that says I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. And the point of that song is because I have a creator that says I am loved when I can't feel a thing. I am strong when I think I'm weak. I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, you say I am yours. And that is what children need. They need to know they are beautifully and perfectly made, and that our Creator makes zero mistakes. And they are being sold lies. And now we're going to legislate those lies, and that is what keeps me up at night. Because I had a teacher who told me not to listen to the lies and listen to the truth. And I will come here, I don't care how many names I get called, and I will stand boldly and courageously and shine that light every day. And people ask me, you've been through a lot this year. Why do you smile so much? Because I get the Holy Spirit, baby. And I will bring it every day. And the people who tell me that my children are not my property, I've never said that they were, not once. Of course they're not. No one in this chamber believes children are our property. Let's stop pretending that's what this debate is about, because it's not. That line is being used to justify something far more concerning, expanding government authority over families. Because if children are not property, and we all agree on that, then they do not belong to the state. And yet that is exactly the direction this bill pushes us. This bill elevates government judgment over the rights of fit, loving parents and fit, loving mental health professionals. It tells families and therapists that if they don't affirm a specific state-endorsed viewpoint, they risk being overridden or worse, investigated. That is not child protection, that is government coercion. Let's be very clear, disagreement is not abuse, parenting is not a crime, and raising your child according to your values should not trigger state intervention or label you a bigot. We are opening the door to a system where the government can insert itself into the most personal decision a family will ever face, decisions with lifelong consequences, and I think that's why the Supreme Court overthrew it. And once that door is open, it does not close easily. So when I hear children are not property, I agree. But I would ask this body, when did we decide they belong to the government instead? Because I heard the press conference last week, and I heard big lobbyists say the government does not have right to weigh in on parenting decisions. But boy, when you guys bring bills, they certainly think that you do. When did we decide bureaucrats and policymakers know a child better than their own parents? Because I can tell you, none of you were sleeping with my child for the 6 weeks he was in the hospital, and not a single one of you are making life and death decisions for my child while he was in the hospital. And none of you are in the treatment rooms making decisions with mental health professionals, but you sure are ready to make sure they only can affirm other people's children. This bill doesn't protect children, it shifts power. It shifts it away from families and therapists and into the hands of the state. And that should concern every parent in Colorado, and I think that the parents are waking up. I think this is an 80-20 issue. I think November will come and it will tell us, and I think that this will be handled in the courts just like it was at the Supreme Court, and Colorado will continue to lose. Thank you.